Welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much. It ended Tottenham 2, Brentford 0. Tottenham's second home win in the Premier League this season. Much needed, long overdue, lots of positives to get into, also negatives. Maybe they can't be ignored either. As always, I try and be as balanced as fair as possible, while also retaining my channel belief of being honest. But thank you very much. All opinions are welcome here. Everyone's welcome here at the channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. There was one man of the show, and that is man on your screen, Xavi Simons. He got a goal and an assist for what was a good way to, I think, really kickstart his Tottenham career in front of the Tottenham Spurs supporters. So a few images flashing up on your screen right now. That one's quite big. Look in front of the fans. I think that one will definitely go viral if it hasn't already. So a big one it was for Xavi Simons. But for Tottenham in general, huge win, one of real importance for Thomas Frank and his kind of future, his job at the moment, but also I think it's just big in terms of keeping the fans on side with the team as well in general against his former club Brentford. I think it's important to recognise and not ignore that Brentford do not travel well generally. Their away record is shocking. You can do that and appreciate that and acknowledge that, but also giving credit to Tottenham for who put in a really, really good performance. By the way, with standout individuals, yes, but it's the collective importance of the performance for me for this. And this was a home win that, you know, was much deserved and we could have won by a lot more. Let's get into the player ratings then, because that links into how we kind of played and individuals played. So I'll explain my thinking. So Vakari to start with goalkeeper, I've given a 7. You know, he was called into action not too many times, but when he was called into action, you know, he'd done his job, it's fair to say, with some excellent saves. So in particular for Miko Thiago, a couple of close range shots. So good, you know, from the Italian. And I like that he was given a little cheer before the game, bigger than you sounded louder than usual when the team news was rung out. And that's how it should be. You know, we should be booing our players. We should be supporting our players. Boo, you know, the team in general. If you're not happy to express your views of support, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Half-time, full-time, perfect opportunities. Even when a goal goes in, but if your goalkeeper takes the touch after, he shouldn't be booed to the volley he was. That's poor. I was inside the stadium too at that point. Porro given 8. I think he's really good in this game, especially going forward. I mean, we always do say that going forward with Porro, but defensively he switched on too. But he just has this ability to affect the game, Porro, or did have the ability to affect the game in this game, you know, where he was just in a deeper position and was causing a lot more problems offensively. We know Porro's strong offensively, but he's actually affecting it from a deeper position. That was really interesting. But no, he's good going forward and causing Brentford plenty of problems. Romero, Captain Kuti, I'll give a 7. Thought he played well. Again, no surprise. There was one tackle which I didn't see necessarily at the time, but I saw on like an X rounds on social media. It's a tackle from behind, and you know, maybe we got away with one there. It's fair to say the Romero that could be potentially given. You've seen something like that be given as a red card. I don't agree with, you know, the game. Well, the direction the game's taken in terms of a lot of, you know, yellow cards also becoming red cards. That kind of threshold is changing slightly, but the Romero tackle, if you see it back, maybe we're a little bit fortunate, but it doesn't take anything away from his performance. Van der Ven, I'll go a little bit further and say instead of a 7, I'll give him an 8 because he was, well, firstly, a great performance from the Dutchman, but he's involved in both boxes. He's causing problems offensively as well, so big up to him. Spencer give a 7, and I think he's unlucky not to score or involved in the action a couple of times like that offensively. Good, solid defensive display at left back as well, out of position. Every time I think, oh, Spencer, you know, quite a level of a doggy, or a doggy has more balance, but you know, puts in a performance like this, lives up to that expectation. So I'll give him a 7. Bentancur, tidy performance from the Uruguay. I'll say 7. Thought it was neat, tidy. I mean, it's for another video, but he's not the player that we signed, and he's not the player that we had under Antonio Conte. Different managers such as Ange changed his game into a safer player, and injuries as well didn't help him. Just doesn't quite do the same thing. Greg of an 8. Neat passing in this game again. You know, progressive midfielder, I call him. He carries with the ball superbly, not afraid to step in and to drive forward. I love that confidence for the young player. I think he's really good. So that 8 is justified. Simons, for me, man of the match with a goal and assist. He needed this. Tottenham needed this. Frank needed this, and him himself needed it. So far for me, Simons, although I absolutely think he should, before this, be played more. You know, I've said that along with other fans. Other fans have banged that drum even more. But he's lacked the physicality and that aggression so far. He's been pushed off the ball when he's come onto the pitch. He looked more up for the fight, kind of airily, physically. He was more physical. He was more aggressive. And that's why, for me, he got the joy that he did. And I just think it's special. For the first goal as well, it's really nice assist. It's good from Porro, it's good from Simmons. Richarlison, right place, right time, clinical. Overall, as a team goal, the first one. But Simmons' individual brilliance for the second one. He loses the ball just nearly, and he's like, a few grown inside the stadium of like positive frustration. Like, we wanted to work off rather than, what you're doing against them. So it was not like a horrible groan, but he just done really well. He just, most players in that situation, when they want to win the ball back, they give away a foul. But he didn't. He kept going, went about fairly, drove, and it was a good shot as well. So he deserves a lot of credit. That's the style of goal for him. Kudos to give an 8. We know we rely on him too much. We know what the injury causes. And if Simmons gets up to the table, we won't be relying on Kudos so much, which is good, because I was become a bit one-dimensional and predictable. For Kudos' sake, for injuries and just form, that's not ideal. But Kudos look good, of course, both sides. So give him an 8 in terms of his impact in both sides. Well, Moani I give a 6 because he started on the left-hand side. I think all things considered, he's a versatile player and he done well in that makeshift left-wing position, which he has played, quite a few times before. But I see him more as a striker. I do prefer him there, but I give him a 6. Richarlison, I'll give an 8. Got his goal again, as always, gives 110%. Not much changes to that in terms of Richarlison, but it's whether you can rely on him or not. He's not someone that I think can get 15, 20 goals a season. But he's someone that I think, when he's on a run, his head down, confidence can cause real problems and has got ability, no doubt. Substitutes then, Paulinho give a 5 for Bentancur. Come on, a bit of stability, but almost like a lot for luck change. Odberg give a 5, didn't really get to see him, but Sarr give a 6. Again, I thought he's okay, but then had a big moment, which he's got to score. One touch too many, in my view, and Danso not applicable. Replace Romero, I think, in the 82nd minute. Good to see Romero get, including that time, about 10-15 minutes rest. Much needed for our captain. Busy fixture schedule going into the festive period now. As we get deeper and deeper, I should say, into December. But thank you very much for watching. That is my post-match thoughts. Overall, I think this game is something for us fans to get behind after Newcastle. That wasn't enough. We've seen a real, in my opinion, anyway, you're inclined to disagree. I'm not factually saying it, but just in my opinion, that I think we showed a resilient, sharp shot performance at Newcastle's James's Park to come back twice and get a draw, and then in this game to put in a better performance at home, finally end that awful home form, get the home win in the Premier League, the second of the season. For me, it's been a really good week for confidence building. And, I think we should trust the process. I think we should give Frank time to get it right and to be competitive, to improve us. I saw real signs today as well, the performance that gives me excitement. So confidence booster for Frank and the squad. Reassurance for the fans. Overall, good day for Tottenham with Arsenal losing as well. Chelsea failing to win. So no complaints around Man City winning, put a little bit of pressure on Arsenal, etc., etc. So no complaints as far as I'm concerned this weekend in general beyond Spurs. But a win of huge significance. Tottenham move up to 8th in the table. As you know by now, the table is so jam-packed. So not a true reflection at all for anyone in the table, because just a couple of points away from second, third position. At the same time, 1 or 2 games away from 15th, 16th, if not lower. So table's tight. That's why we want it. It's competitive. It's a lot stronger competition this year. But Brentford are no mugs, but their away form is a huge concern. So for Brentford, that has to be the priority. Someone needs to speak about this more. It needs addressing. Their away form is a huge, huge issue. And they cannot go from here to here if they do not improve on the road, because at home they do very well. And they're a good side under Keith Andrews, but they need to sort this problem out. Always reverse situation to Frank at Brentford. It's vice versa. They'd always, just be different to how they are now. Put it that way. But hey ho, thank you very much for watching. As I said, if you like, subscribe, appreciate all the support. A big win for Tottenham. Come back for more Tottenham content on this game, and also as we move into next week, starting with Slavia Prague in the Champions League. Thank you, guys.